Nice to have a #1 song, right?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's great.
You wrote that one.
Yes, I did.
You ever let these guys write songs and contribute to...
Janet, not if I can help it. Seriously, no, they write a lot. John writes, and Herb over here writes songs, and they'll probably be contributing a lot more on the next album.
All of you gentlemen are extremely important musicians in your own right, and I want you to right now introduce everybody. I'm going to let you do the honor. Well, let's everybody introduce themselves.
I'm Chris Hillman.
I'm Herb Peterson.
Bill Bryson.
J.D. Manus.
Steve Duncan. And John Jorgensen.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. The song you've got now, I Still Believe in You, is #1, and it's one in a string of hits that you guys have been responsible for. Now, our Opry audience has been listening to your music, and I've been listening to it for a long, long time, too. In fact, a lot of us grew up with the Byrds, and it's nice to see Chris Hillman still making good music.
Well, I'm very fortunate to be making music still. It's a pleasure. So.
You gentlemen came out of a scene in California that really brought us some incredible musicians, Linda Ronstadt and others like that. How much has your music adapted to country music, or has country adapted to you?
Well, we really were greatly influenced by Buck Owens and Wynn Stewart and Freddie Hart and, of course, Merle Haggard out of Bakersfield. And that, along with stuff in the 60s, a lot of the rock influenced Desert Rose quite a bit. So.
Well, this is your first stint on the Opry, right?
This is the second time. We were on, when were we on, fellas? All right, sir. A year ago in June. Yeah. So this is the second time. Third time for me. The Byrds were on the Opry at the old Ryman Auditorium in 1968.
You just got finished shooting a video out here yesterday, too. Tell us about that.
This is a video, song called She Don't Love Nobody. John Hyatt has written this song, and it turned out real good, I think. We're going to have a good time with it.
You're headed out on tour real soon. About, what, 7 to 14 days of touring?
Mostly the southeast, northeast. We'll probably end up in...
The Midwest. Milwaukee.
How do you guys get along with each other on the road? You managed to do that pretty well, Herb?
Separate buses is the answer with us. No, we get along fine. It's really a hand-picked band. You know, everybody does their job very, very well. That's why it works. You know, we like each other, and you know, it's we're in it for the long haul. You know.
How did you guys get together? How did Desert Rose become an entity?
John, you can answer that.
Okay. Chris had been touring the country with a bluegrass group for about 4 years, and Bill was working with him in that, and I replaced one of the guys in that ensemble, and Herb replaced one of the others. So this quartet ended up backing up Dan Fogelberg for about a month, and really liked the sound, vocal sound that we got together, and an instrumental approach, and we thought we might want to expand it. Chris's material we felt would lend itself to a full electric band format, and so we got J.D. and Steve to round us out, and that's how we got formed. Yeah.
When you all write, do you do a lot of collaboration together?
John and I have written some songs, and we didn't get to cut them on the last album, but possibly later on. We do like to collaborate. I work with a fellow that's not in the band, Steve Hill, lives out where I live in Ventura, California, and we all write with various people. John writes with a couple different people in town here. So.
Along with your string of hits that you've got going, you've just been recently nominated for an award with the Academy of Country Music. Must feel pretty good to get that kind of recognition on top of the song recognition.
The nomination itself is an honor. Whether we win or not, that'll be wonderful. But just to be nominated along with groups, who's in Alabama and Highway 101 and various groups, was an honor in itself. So it's great. People are starting to realize who we are. They're connecting our faces with the songs on the radio, and that's what's important, you know.
The video that you did is for a song called?
She Don't Love Nobody.
Well, that's the next single, right?
That's the next single. It's out right now.
I was noticing you were backstage a little while ago chatting with Ricky Skaggs. Did you have much time to circulate and see some of the Opry folks tonight?
We haven't had much time. The last time we were on, Steve was saying a year ago, we got out there and got autographs with all our old heroes like Bill Anderson and Hank Snow and people. But this time we're in the midst of doing the New Faces show across the lot, so in Opryland here, so it's pretty hectic.
Yeah, during the country radio seminar.
But I saw one guy I'm quite fond of, Vern Gosden, so
You guys go way back, right?
we go back a long time, yeah. I taught him everything he knows, yes, and I just kidding you, he's great.
When did you play with him?
1963. I was just out of high school, and Vern lived out on the coast with his brother Rex. And we had a bluegrass group called the Golden State Boys. We used to work on a local country music TV show, Cal's Corral, Channel 13, Los Angeles.
Well, collectively, you guys have had a lot of music made over the years. You've been with a lot of different groups. We're real glad that Desert Rose is now with us and together and making music. Thanks for being with us tonight. Coming up, Keith chats with one of Chris Hillman's old music buddies, Vern Gosden, and that's right after these messages.